Hello, welcome back. Thank you for being there. I am so sorry I'm late. It's a disaster. It was a disaster. I thought I had my sherba and I didn't have my sherba for my mate. And let me see. Yeah, the audio is fine. And I had to go open the box, a new box, because I didn't have it anywhere. So I had to go open a new delivery box that I had somewhere. My wife has stored because she was gonna make some video, and I can't just come in here without my mate. So yeah, it took a while there with that. You'll understand. I'm sure you'll understand. Yes. So how's it going? Thank you for being there. I'm gonna start with my mate now. Get it started. Let's get stuff prepared here. So always close the tip with the finger here. Press down like it's a spoon, like this, like that. Spun it up. Then you go. Open it there. We fix it there. And there it is, prepared to be drinked. There you go. Now we can start. Now we can begin. And the stream has officially started. Yes, sir. Okay. I'm so sorry I'm late. I know some people were here. They left. All that. And well, but hey. You have the chat over there. You have the chat over there. Ha ha ha. I did it right this time. It's the right side. There it is. You have the chat. You can chat them and I'll see your messages and they'll show up in the screen. And yeah, so how's it been? I've been quite busy, but today is a special day. Today is a special day because today plays Uruguay's national team and I'm very excited about it. Every day Uruguay's national team plays, I am very excited and expectant, even though we've been doing terribly. We've been doing so bad. I am very excited about it. And always, you know, but we've been playing terribly. But I'm very excited anyway. Hopefully we'll win. But hey, we don't know. Last time we lost against Paraguay. And I am very, very sad about it. But hey, today we can win. Today we're local against Venezuela, and I think we can win. I think we can win this time. I believe in the players. I believe in Bielsa, and I want to win. Oh, come on! So tonight, I'm a bit out there. I'm here and not here at the same time. I'm like, oh, my mind's pulling me somewhere. So yeah. All right. Yes, let's begin with something interesting today. I'm going to show you something really cool that I'm doing, and I think you'll find interesting. Some of the work that I'm doing for the 1.0. This is something I've been talking about a lot. I've been just spilling words about it, and I haven't shown you anything. And today I'm going to show you a little glimpse, just a tiny little glimpse. Right, because I had more stuff and I decided to separate it, put it somewhere else, and I'm building it in a very specific way that I want to show you. But before we do that, I want to ask you to say hello in the chat, to leave a like, to leave me a follow there if you're watching on Twitch, and to obviously subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't yet. Thank you very much for being there again, and let's get to it. There it's Boomer. Thank you so much, Boomer, for the very first chat there on Twitch. Boomer always, Boomer I think is one of the first always there being in the chat. You know what, Boomer? You're going to be Today you're going to see something cool. You're going to see something cool, Boomer. You can. I don't know if it's Boomeroo or it's Boomer. I think I don't know because I see Boomer there. I just read Boomer, but I guess it's Boomeroo or just Boomer. Yeah, I don't know. I said Boomer, but you tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to it. What do you think? Shall we get to it? Shall we get to it? I think we should. Yes, let's do it. Okay. Let's get started. I think I have the thing open here. Yeah, okay. I'm going to show you something that I think you're going to like before we even start with the game development itself. Oh, we have the Jacob BJ there. How's it going, mate? Thank you for being there. Jaka or Jaka BJ. Is it Jaka BJ or DJ BJ? DJ Aker BJ? I guess it's Jaka BJ, but or Diaka. I don't know. Diaka. It could be anything. So tell me which one it is, and I'll say correctly. I promise. I'm going to assume it's either Jaka or Diaka. I'm going to assume it's one of those. But you tell me. For now it's BJ. Because that's what it says there. That's the one I know there. Alright. Let's get started. Yeah, I'm gonna show you this thing. Welcome, by the way. Welcome, thank you for being there. Hello to you, and leave a like. All that, help me out with that. It really helps. Really helps. Oh, we have a bunch of people today on YouTube. What are all those people doing there on YouTube? Hey, what are you all doing there on YouTube? I haven't seen you in a while, so many of you. First one's correct, so Jaka. Right? Jaka. Alright, let's go with that. Jaka then. Jaka BJ, thank you for being there, mate. Thank you for being there, Boomer. Let's, everyone who talks there, it's privileges. Gets privileges because if you speak in the chat, you get privileges. You get chat privileges. All right, you get priority. Okay, whatever that means. Okay, let's get to it. All right, so I'm going to share the screen now. Here you go. Oh, what is this? What is this thing that I'm showing you here? What is this thing? Well, this is the event sheet editor, the very first version. No, sorry. This is the very first corrected version. Okay. I had another version, and then I pulled off a bunch of other versions, and this is the latest thing, the sign that I'm pulling out. I'm pulling off my hat. And the idea behind this is that I am translating components that I have, especially things that I can build an entire game with. Okay, so in this case, as you can see, this is the I haven't added the title yet. I should have the title, shouldn't I? Shouldn't have a big title here saying this is the name of the component at the very least. But yeah, the idea behind this is I wanted to write the same component that I wrote for the game logic and for the bird controller. So I was doing it within Rogue Engine, and then I said, wait a second. I could actually pull this off doing it within Rogue Engine, in the sense of doing it within a Rogue Engine project. Can I actually build a big Rogue Engine feature like this and build it within Rogue Engine as a Rogue Engine project? And the answer is yes, I can. That's I try to do these things every once in a while to sort of creating these constraints for myself helps me, really put Rogue Engine to the test, its capabilities. So in this case, you can see all the fields here, right? And this is the component, right? This is the my game logic component. This is the component you're seeing there with the list numbers, the pipe distance, the pipes count, all this stuff here, right? This is the initial values that it gets, and all that. It's still a bit, over out there, but this is, initially it's always going to be undefined and all that, because yeah, you have to drag and drop the prefabs here. And yeah, this is the fields that you're seeing here. I still have to set up the system to display them here. Right now it's part of the configuration, but it's not part of the display here. I'm going to show you the configuration now to see what is making this being displayed here. And that is this thing here. Wait a second. Yeah, no, not my component. This is just an example. It would be this thing here. So this is my game logic, right? So this is the configuration that gets written by the system, and this is what gets interpreted by the interpreter that we have here now, the event sheet interpreter. And I decided to put this all here. It was all stuff that I had within Rogue Engine. I pulled it out, and I'm treating it as a separate feature, as a separate thing. And yeah, I'm putting it here as sort of as a separate feature. And because if I can pull this off like this, it means that you'll be able to pull things like this off. And yeah, as I may still make it part of Rogue Engine. This doesn't mean that this is going to be a separate feature, like something that it just comes in a package or something. I may do it that way, but I think I will probably add it as part of Rogue Engine. The thing is, as it is right now, it's very useful to be able to, create this feature within Rogue Engine for many reasons. One of them being that I can test my own UI framework, which is called, wait for it, No Framework. It's called No Framework, and it's an HTML element. Yes, it's just a component. It's just basically a web component, and it does a bunch of things, right? I really want to open source this thing. I like create like some sort of open source repo somewhere so people can use it. I have this thing called NoDiv, which I can use like a NoDiv thing. It has hot reload. It works with hot reload, really does. So all you need really is a bundler, and any bundler. Yeah, this has TypeScript in it, but you can use JavaScript obviously. And yeah, and that's all we really need. And it will work with hot reload in that weird way that hot reload does. And probably, yeah, you may not even need that. I mean, if you have a bundler, it's much better, right? But if you don't have a bundler, it's fine as well. It will work anyway. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, this is nice, right? This is nice because I don't have a framework. I just have this little component, and I use that. You can use it in this way, and so I'm testing it out. I'm testing it out because this is part of the things that I have within Rogue Engine that worked really well, that I decided to extract them, right, to sort of open source them. Like this package could be an actual open source UI library that could work really well for web components, right? It's just a UI library. It's not even a wrapper. It's just an extension of web component. That's all it really is. But yeah, you can extend No Framework like this and create your own little components. Or you can just use NoDiv like this, right? And in one component and create a whole bunch of things there, and create your components as functions that you just simply instantiate here. You simply call in the unconnected functions. All you have is this unconnected function, right? That gets called after your HTML gets written. So you can like write down your HTML like this. You see how you can simply write it like regular HTML, say, you can say hello world like that, hello, whatever, div, and then just write whatever you want here. And this will simply get you some HTML there, and you have your CSS. You can write here, programmatically, you can set, okay, this tag name will give you the tag of this component, right? So which is my component, and you can use that way, right? That's interesting, I guess. So if you need something more particular, you can get that very particular thing. Say, for instance, in the event sheet editor here, I have like this tag name, sheet field, and field content, and things like that in my CSS. This is simply a static property in the in there, and then it all gets reloaded easily. You can change things easily. It's very nice. Let me show you, right? So here's the component, and you see the font size there and all that. So maybe what if I change the font size to something like 20? I think I have font size set in other places, so it may not change. Yeah, okay, so just change the title and maybe a few others. But yeah, you can see how, it's to save it and get saved like that. The bundler is doing the work here in this case. The bundler that is within Break Engine, so it works really fast, and it just does reloading of the HTML, and yeah, and I think it's an interesting way to write down HTML, write down components that do all kinds of things. I have all sorts of, like in this case, is doing some very complex things, and I'm writing it down in just one simple little class here, and yeah, it's nothing too fancy or at all. So you can see a component is simply written with this little add no framework, like just a decorator register, and you register it that way. You extend it, and that's it. That's all you need, and it's going to register that component for you. Then you can, for instance, in the in the event sheet editor here, for instance, in the HTML, if I want to write down here, for instance, if I do my component here like this, my component like this, right? Then you'll have the let's see, did I already create it there? Oh no, I don't know. Oh, because I'm overriding it. Yeah, okay, I'm overriding it, so we won't see it. But okay, yeah, the idea is that you can write things down here, and you'll be able to sort of add your HTML and everything, and yeah, I don't know, it's easy, it's simple. You can do whatever you want here on the unconnected and add all sorts of things, and that's how this thing is being built here, right? In the unconnected, I started there and start building all the different, getting all the different fields for the for my component, and this is just one way of doing it. You can create all kinds of different components for it, or you can just write it down as HTML. You could write it all down here, right? But yeah, this is simply now in the unconnected, attaching things below this, right? That's all it's doing here. So yeah, that's what's going on. This is more or less what I'm building here. I brought everything from within Rogue Engine 2 here, so you can see. Let me tell you a bit of what this is. Let me show you the original game logic. You may remember this. This is from the Flappy Bird game. So in the Flappy Bird game, you had the bird, the pipe pair. This is the actual original game logic, right? This is the component that we're translating, right? So you have all your different functions and all the different things we do. This is very simple to do as a component, as a regular Rogue Engine component. It's very simple, but it's fairly complicated for someone who's never seen, because for someone who's never seen this, for someone who's never tried, to develop software, this may be a bit more complicated than giving them, like this, something simple that where you say, okay, add a field, call a method, call something from a component. This is a hack. In general, you will want to, say, have a component that will have actions. That's another thing. you'll be able to define actions. This is the way I'm defining the actions. Let me show you. Where is it? Yeah, let me show you some of the actions that I have defined here, for instance, right? No, not here. Like some of the actions that I have defined here. Yeah, for instance, right? Some stuff on the rogue rapier, right? And what it does. So you can define your actions like this and just say what they do, right? The different parameters that you need for them. And then the interpreter will go in and say, okay, when you have a vector3, it'll give the user an input to set up vector3. And so you'll get something like this, right? Like this vector3 here. So I think that's interesting because it will allow you to create all sorts of different functions like this. In that case, it was the set linear velocity. Well, we weren't using that one, but let's look at the move, for instance. We can look at the input get down, maybe. That's in the bird. Let's look at the let's look at another one. An easy one that would be maybe move or something like that. Let's say move to. Yeah, there you go. So for instance, in this case, they will show in little compartments. This is the way I was building it when I was doing it within Rogue Engine. I was showing it in little compartments. Like RE means that it's by Rogue Engine, right? And it will show in the main folder section. So it show you the object 3D methods, move to, right? So you will find the move object 3D move, and object 3D move to, and all the different functions that go within object 3D like that, right? So it'll be fairly simple for anyone who doesn't know how to code. So say, okay, I need the object 3D move to, which one? Okay, the bird instance that I have here, the bird instance field. And where? Okay, this is the vector3 to move it to. So something like this. And you have references from the instantiation. You have if sections, else. So it's coding, but it's these things are promoted as sort of no-code tooling, but it is coding. It's just not writing code. It's programming, visual programming. I find these systems, this sort of Scratch-like systems, much more readable than these node-based systems that are just a mess to look at. They look like spaghetti everywhere. And this is just one component, one little component that does something. And, and then your components will have, all bunch of components that interact with each other. And if something is missing because you don't have the function, you have the component call method. So you can have this will automatically show you which methods are available in one component. So you can say, for instance, okay, add a component here. And okay, can I have some method from UI styles? So UI styles here, this is the name of this component, right? I want the method show in UI styles, right? So that's the idea. I haven't added that part yet of the UI here, but yeah, the idea is basically that, and yeah, I hope you find this interesting. The interpreter was a very interesting work to do because it's basically trying to do all kinds of operations there. For instance, this if gets a field from the reference of the other body, right? It's actually the name field from the other body that it's colliding with, right? This is in the onCollision start, and it's checking if it's equal to, if the name is equal to point, right? Point is just a string. So we said the field, score that we have here in the our score field here, we're setting the field score to where is it? Oh, I moved around. Score to score field +1, right? And yeah, so I think that's intuitive. I don't know. I think it's very easy to look at. And you just set field score field score +1, and this is an expression. You can write expressions like this, like sort of reference to the other body equals, and expressions like this, the field score greater than the field best, then we set field best to equal score, and things like that. I'm still, this is still not finished, obviously. This is still in progress, but I wanted you to see the progress that I'm doing with this. I don't know. I was anxious to show it to someone. I wanted to show it to someone because, I'm doing it alone. So it was a very lonely road, and I thought it would be interesting to share it with you. To get a glimpse of what you think about it. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's really nice. Like this, for instance, this sort of expressions you can write, like field curve pipes 0. The curve pipe is an array, so the field curve pipes position 0, right? The pipe at 0, and then we get the position x, right? And if it's smaller equal to minus pipe distance by, and you get the whole operation here, right? You see the whole operation. Okay. So you can do these sorts of things, mathematical operations and things like that, and you can keep it as simple as you want, or you can make it as complicated as you want as well. And if something's missing, you can add it. And if something, because lots of things are going to be missing at the beginning. But the idea is that together, as you build, we're going to make this system much more flexible. You're going to be able to write, say, extensions and add all sorts of functions to your extensions like this, right? So create your own actions for your extensions, events for your extensions, and things like that. And I think that's interesting. I would very much like to see what you make with this, honestly. And I hope this can help artists, build stuff without the need to learn to code. You'll be programming, but you will need to write code, which I know for many people it's sort of a constraint. But if these sort of makes you, hey, maybe I can write one of my functions, this is very easy to write. You see, you just write it down, and writing down this little function here is much easier. And if you want an AI to write something for you, an AI may be able to write this do function for you. It may not be able to do a whole bunch of things, but if you want an AI to write this for you, that may be possible. That's much easier. And that's what the agent is going to do now. It's just going to write this for you. Right? It's not going to write a massive thing. You're going to ask, okay, can you write an action that does this? And then you use it in your no-code system here. So that's the idea. And so let's look at the Tabu here. Thank you for being there, Tabu. Do you have anything playable so far? Well, this is playable. The thing is, this thing is stuck. I put it there, but let me see if I can put it away so you can see. Yeah, let me get the event sheet editor. I work in this messy way. I'm sorry. I'm showing you part of the messy way that I'm working. My messy work way. And yeah, let me get it out of here. Let me get it out of here. Yeah. There you go. Let me see if I can get it out. Yeah, there you go. So this is working with this thing here. I don't think it's gonna work because I changed one thing that I think will break it. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. You get the point, right? It's I think I changed. What did I change? Oh, the expression thing. Yeah, I changed last minute one of the I didn't like one of the expressions, and I've kind of hard coded changed it, and yeah, it's not gonna like it now, because I think I changed the array to be an object or something like that, and didn't like it. Obviously, because it's not prepared for that. But but yes, the idea is that it was working until, you know, I changed that. As you can see, well, if I want to show you like the bird component, let me show you the bird component. Like if I show you the bird right now, this is how I'm playing with this right now. So I just bring in the bird controller. This is the bird controller, by the way. It's just this, so it's very simple, it's very small. And all I do is just save here, and now here it shows me the bird controller, right? So as you can see, well, you can see it clearly here, right? You have the update functions here, and it's simply doing it has a jump force 30, and it's just saying get down, bird flap, you know, rogue rapier body, apply impulse, you know, 0 in X, and in Y it's going to apply the field jump force, and in Z it's going to apply 0, right? So it's just going to jump, you know, as much as we add to jump force there. And that's what it's doing in apply dry impulse. Apply dry impulse means that it's going to make it 0 on it's going to apply a linear velocity of 0 before it jumps. Let me show you what the method is doing. Where is it? Event sheet. Apply dry impulse here, right? So apply dry impulse is simply getting the component and getting the rapier body of the component in this object, and what it's doing is setting the linear velocity to 0, and it's applying an impulse in the vector, in the given vector 3, right? So that's all it's really doing, and that's what you see here, right? So you have the apply dry impulse 0, jump force 0. And yeah, and that's why you get the little birds jumping. Let me show you that again. Where is this thing? Let me get down here. I have to make this a lot easier for you. But yeah, since I'm not testing the functions anymore, but yeah, this is what it's supposed to be doing, right? That's what's running the bird right now. The bird is running with that component. And you can see that it's running, the game logic is running with the other component, because it says my game logic here has a problem with the parse value because of that change that I made. It detects an invalid expression because yeah, I made an invalid change. But yeah, you can see that it works. Yeah. So I'm very happy with this. Thank you, Tabu. Thank you. I'm really happy. I'm really excited about this. Like being able to write components that do stuff for you very easily. You know, drag and droppy way where you can just well, you don't even need drag and drop. It's just gonna have all sorts of autocomplete for you there, like a little context menu that gives you everything. And so the idea is that you have everything there right in front of your face, and you have to be moving around. That's more or less the thing I'm envisioning, because the first thing I did was lots of drag and drop, and now I'm thinking, well, no, I want more of a everything in place, everything in front of you sort of thing. And yeah, I think it's going to be nice. It's going to be great, and it's going to allow us to, I think, help more people that are not able to code, and that can sort of get a jump start even in programming. You know, this could be your beginning in program. Okay, this is my first steps into programming. Like many kids have had their first steps in programming with Scratch. This is a very Scratch way of doing things in Rogue Engine. And I think this is so much better than a node-based system. I do not like node-based system. But in any case, it could be translated into a new node-based format later on in the future if it happens to, you know, that we get to that, you know, where okay, we could create it. Okay, a visualization like a yeah, sort of visualization like that. You know, like choose your visualization how you want to see it. If we could have like this, it would be really cool to have visualize it as that, or visualize it like as a sheet or as a node base. I don't know. That would be cool. But yeah, for now it's just a sheet. For now it's just, you know, like that, and I think that's the best way to show it. Also because it's a great way to get started with this, and to maybe make this your jump start into programming. Node-based doesn't look like programming at all. It just looks like spaghetti, you know, moving things around. Now with this, it looks more like programming, but it's less scary than programming for non-programmers, you know. And it's something that if I have little functions that really work, I may use it myself as well, right? If I end up using this a lot, then we have won. We have won, definitely. Tabu saying, I'm a Next.js dev and I've always wanted to make games. Nice. Well, you're in the right place, because this, being a JS dev, this is going to be simple for you, I guess. Well, making games is never simple, but at least you already know how to code, right? So that's a big step forward. I'm not really new to coding, but I really want to try this out. All right, mate. Yeah. RegEngine.io. Go there and download it and try it out and join a Discord, and I'll help you out, mate. Happy to help as always. I'm always there on the Discord to help out, whoever needs. Yeah, I hope you like this. I hope you like this little glimpse of the things I'm working on. I'm not, I don't think I'm I know how good this looks, because honestly, I am a mess. I work in this very messy way. I am very messy when I work, and I put things together everywhere, and I build stuff and I remove it. That's the thing. I get rid of so many things that I don't take time to attach myself to certain procedures until when I'm finalized with something, when I'm like, yes, this is the way, and this is what I'm doing, and this is how it looks like, then and all the little processes that I need, I tied all the knots, then I start putting everything together, and I put it all in a very congruent and clean way. I clean it all up and I make sure that it's nice. The most important part to me is that it's nice for you to use, right? That's the most important for me. So if the API ends up looking nice for you, then I'm happy with it. And always as little code as possible. Always as little code, but as you can see, was very little code here involved in doing all of this, and whole interpreter, everything. That's all. You saw everything. You saw the whole interpreter, everything, and that was all. That was it. There's nothing. It's very simple. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry. I thought I had a sneeze in the way there, but it just got blocked. I'm the same way as that way. Yeah, well, I'm glad I'm not alone. Yeah, okay. So remember to leave a like there, to subscribe, to help us out there with that, I'm very happy that we went past the 1,000 subscribers, so I'm so happy about that. We didn't even celebrate. We didn't do anything. We should have done some kind of celebration or something. But yeah, I don't know. I think for now, until I reach like the 4,000 watch hours, it's kind of pointless. So, but yeah, today we have more people on YouTube than on Twitch. I'm kind of surprised. I'm very surprised at that, because lately we've had more people on Twitch than on YouTube, which was surprising, and now we have more people on YouTube again. So I don't know, very weird. And we have Boomer there on Twitch always. Thank you, Boomer, for being there. Otherwise, there's nobody there. And first, make it exist, says Tabu. Then make it look good. Old quote I follow. Very, very good quote. Very good quote. I agree with that. You have to build something that works, and then you refactor and make it all make sense. But yeah, I don't know. This is my new frameworky thing that is called No Framework, because it's not a framework. It's just an HTML element. And I think it's really cool. I really like it. I love this sort of things. I've been using this for so long, and it's what's powering the hierarchy here. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is a better implementation. This is an improvement upon it, right? I've been working on this to sort of abstract on things that I was doing here for the hierarchy. And that abstraction turned into this No Framework thing that I built within here, right? This is all written here within Rake Engine. So that's what I want you to realize, that this is all just here, right? This is all, this is it. These things that you see here, that's it. These 4 little things here. Text input, well, I didn't end up using that, I think. I'm sorry. But yeah, so these three are the ones you saw. This is it. This is the framework. That's it. This is the my component thing, the example. So actually it's these 2. These 2, that's all, really. It's interesting, right? These 2 things are making everything work. So yeah, I think that's exciting, isn't it? Well, there's one more. Yeah, no, I'm lying there. There's one more, which is the event sheet. Yeah, this one, the event sheet component, which is doing, say it's the one that you're, it's the main component that you will be extending from, the components. This extends this component, the my, what's it called? Let me show you the bird component, just so that you see what I'm talking about. My bird controller extends event sheet, and event sheet has the interpreter and everything in it. So it's basically just doing everything. It's reading the JSON, it's doing everything. And yeah, I've just added all here because messy, very messy. I know I shouldn't have everything here. I shouldn't have all these things here. 100%. Yes, I agree with you. Yes, you're right. It's a mess, but yeah, I'm just figuring it out for now. So it's, yeah, I'm figuring out the types. I'm figuring out the, different things. I'm still there working it out. So, but I had many things that I had already worked out, and I realized, no, this is not the way, and I dropped them, and so that's why, yeah, that's why I don't get attached to these things until they are, and I'll clean them up until they're very nice and working, and I say, yes, this is the way, and then I, boom, get cleaned up, get a little gloom, I say, glow up, no gloom, glow up, and very nice glow up. Okay, so let's look at where we left off with the game. I'm so sorry we have this very, very messy, I'm sorry, what? No. I'm sorry I had this very messy beginning and it was so late. Yeah, we probably have very short time now to get started to do anything with game development. But hey, we're gonna do some cool stuff anyway. Okay, so we're gonna try at least. I'm gonna try to do some cool stuff with you. As always, I'm showing you my face now because I'm opening the project, and this thing otherwise takes longer if I'm sharing my screen while I do it. So hey, get to watch my face for a little bit. My ugly mug gets to be right there in front of your screen. How nice. So okay. Let's see. I'm gonna close this up. I'm going to open the Tower Defense project. There you go. It's opening. I'm going to see what we were working on before we left off last time. Uruguay lost last time, so I probably don't remember what happened. I was probably very sad. So yeah. Let me show you now the screen so you can see what we were doing. Okay, let me show you the screen with you. Here we go. Okay, so let's hit play and see what's going on here. Okay, yeah, we have fighting mechanics here. Oh, we made them very slow as well. Remember that? Yeah, so we made the minions walk slower. And yeah, now they sort of gather together there and fight. We need to, we said that we need to randomize the position a little bit so that they will not be all piled up in the same place. And in general, they will obviously end up killing one of these and all that. So yeah, but this is the fighting mechanism at work, right? Two minions fight each other, they find each other and beat each other up. If we move this one, let's grab this one and move it up like this, right? Wait. Yeah, let's see if it sees it or not. Yeah, it's not detecting them, so we need to move it up, you know, barely detection range. Let's see if we can get it to be in detection range. I think it will detect them there. Yeah, there you go. Now they're these two fighting this one. So these two should be beating this one up very easily. Now we need to add animations, obviously. But before we add animations or anything, we're going to make this. We're going to first figure out the weapon system, because that's what we're doing. We're figuring out how we add weapons and how we make it. How we make this work for fighting, right? What's a fighting mechanism like? We want to see this minion lose life. So one first thing we're going to do here, I think, is we're going to make our friendly minions have their own material, because right now they have a different material. We need a different material. Let's see. Let's look at where our minions are. I think our enemies, this is where our enemies are at, right? So we have our minions here, we have the metallic and the red light here. So red light's okay, but we're going to need another one here for the metallic. So we are going to create another one for that. Why don't we have the icon yet? It's taking a while. I'm worried about that. Oh wow, it took a while. It took quite a while. I don't know why it always takes a while when I'm going here on sharing my screen with this stupid thing, OBS. I know it always takes a while. But yeah, let's change the color of this. Let's make them, I don't know, blue or green or something. So that we know, it's ours. It's our minion. So we have the armor here. Now we'll create another one called friendly armor. It's going to be, this is the mesh foam material. Let's create another one like this. And let's create another mesh foam material like that. And let's create another one, mesh foam material. And let's see, what is there anything special that it has? No, it doesn't have anything special. Yeah, it doesn't have anything special. It's all the same. What we're going to do is we're simply going to make it, because this one has two colors there, specular, and so we're just going to make it something like this, and I think the darker one is up. Yeah, the darker one's down. Darker one goes below. So we're going to make the darker one below there. Yeah, we're just going to add that, and and we're just going to come here to just to one of these. We don't need all of them. Just going to come to one of these, and we're going to say, this is all trials that we did. So we may remove all of these actually. Because we ended up putting them all in the prefabs folder. So we're going to remove all of that all from here, and we're just going to have this in materials probably. So yeah, that'll probably be a good idea. And what we're going to do is we're going to we're going to come here. Well, one way we can do this, let me show you one way to do this, which it's my favorite way of doing this actually. Let me show you. We're going to come here to the character armature. Let me see, where is the actual mesh? Where's the mesh? Here, the mesh that has the material. There you go. So here where it has armor here, right? So what I'll do is I'll come here and I'll simply remove this. All right. And now that I've removed it, I can come in here. Okay, it didn't what's going on? It didn't like it. I think I probably have an error here. There you go. Yeah, I have an error with the this is the metallic. This is the metallic. Yeah, no. Yeah, I probably created an error here, and this is just complaining. So yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. We'll add a mesh font material, and that's it. Okay, let's add our mesh font material with this and stop doing bullshit. There you go. So we add the mesh font material. We come here. We say, the lighter blue thing here. There you go. And then the specular, we're gonna make it something there. Yeah, something around there. And this is going to be our little minions there. And yeah, we'll change it to our friendly armor. And did it change? Oh no, because I have to change it here, right? Rename friendly armor. There you go. Yeah, that's the one that counts. So there you go. So now we have the friendly armor there, and now we need the friendly armor here. There you go. We change the friendly armor there. And where else? And here. There you go. I think that's it. Yeah. So now we have the yellow one. Oh no, we need another one there as well. The friendly armor here. There you go. Okay, so now we have a proper friendly minion and an enemy minion. Now that they can fight each other. And if we want to change the material, we can simply change it. Let's save this prefab, all right? Because that's what's gonna make it actually work, right? So because right now these two are, oh right, yeah, oh my god, yeah, it's a prefab, so it's gonna reset itself. Of course, I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. Okay, yeah, let's come here. Let's change it. Oh my god, what an idiot. What thought last. Okay. Yeah, let's change it here. There you go. So now we come here. Let's come here to the prefabs. Here we have our friendly minion here, right? So we updated this way, and now you see how this other one updated as well. Oh, I forgot the below one. The one below. Okay, so I have to come here and change it for this one as well. Yeah, let's change this, and now let's drag this one here. Yeah, what did I do? What happened? Oh no, right, it's not there. What an idiot. Yeah, what an idiot. What an absolute ass. What an absolute ass. Yeah, no, it's not there, is it? Yeah, I fucked up. I fucked up badly. Yeah, what did I do? Yeah. It's I'm using a development version, so I break everything up. I'm sorry about that. Oh no. Oh no. We have a bot here. I had to block this restroom. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Let's come to this thing here. Let's look at the friendly minion. How it looks like. Oh my god. Let's hope it works. Let's hope this works. Okay. We're just gonna come here. We're just gonna change it again. Oh my god. Why did I create all these issues for myself? I should not have made all these issues for myself, but I did. Why not? So, okay, let's add this friendly armor here. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to load there because, yeah, OBS loaded. So, yeah, there you go. Now there it is. And now the one here. The one down here. Where is it? Come on. There you go. So, there you go. Now we have our little minion. And so we come here to prefabs, right? And we simply update it. What happened? Position. So something happened. I probably made some kind of mistake here. Oh, yeah. I don't know what happened because this seems to have worked, but I'm gonna need to check this out because this is a bug. This is a bug. This is a bug I created probably when I it's probably related to the multi-select. So yeah, you won't see this bug very likely. This is probably going to be one of those bugs that I'm seeing and you won't. But yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, you see how this thing here has no issue to be shown here. Let's see if it likes it when I change now this thing here. All right. Yeah, there's a problem here. There's a problem. I know what the problem is. Fucking hell. This happens when this happens for using a development version. Pains doing this. Yeah, I should make sure that I will make sure that I solve this, that I fix this bug. I'm gonna grab something here. I'm gonna take a note about the bug because last time I forgot about the other bug that I saw, and I was like, oh, what was it? And I had to go back to the video and look at it. So okay, I'm gonna check this bug out. This is why I love also doing these things, because if I don't do these things live, well, if I don't do these things, if I don't use the engine, I don't find out the bugs until you do. So I'm using the engine, development versions of the engine, and oh my god, yeah, push the table. And yeah, I'm using development versions of the engine, and yeah, it helps me find bugs before you do, right? So yeah, I think it's a nice way of doing this. I mean, it helps me make sure that the version I push is not buggy or has not bug ridden. So yeah, there's an issue. There's something I did wrong here. Obviously, let's make sure I fix it. Okay. I think. Let me see if there's something wrong here. I think this is all good. There's a problem with tower base there. Okay, let's hope this is all just yeah, it's just some nonsense business. What I'm gonna do is, since I have my minions here, my friendly minions here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the prefab, okay, because we don't really need it. I'm sorry. I'm going to duplicate this one. This is going to disattach it from the prefab that it was. I'm going to remove it from here. This was a problem. Here's the thing. In the last iteration, I made it possible to sort of bring in different prefabs in different folders, and they will connect to the one that is actually, in the correct folder. The problem is that, yeah, with the multi-select stuff that I did, I very likely messed that up. So yeah, that's an issue there. So now I can simply bring this in here, and this should work. Yeah, this will create the melee minion, the friendly minion. There you go. And now I simply need to change the materials. Let me bring in another one. I'm just gonna bring the friendly minion here. And I'm gonna change this one. I'm gonna add the materials. Okay. Where are the materials? I have it here. So yeah, let's do it again. Oh wow. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. There you go. Oh no, I didn't do it. There. And yeah, there you go. So now that we have everything set up here for our little minion, now I can come here to the prefabs. That's the problem. I didn't have it in prefabs, and that made a mess. So yeah, that's the problem. Let's see now. I simply drag and drop it here, and both change, and there's no problem. You see. So I can have like multiple friendly minions here now that are all blue, and this against the enemy yellow ones. So there you go. You see, we have the blue little minions fighting the yellow minions, yellow enemy minions. There you go. I think also the speed do they all have the same speed? It's 5. Does this minion have the speed 5 as well? Speed 5, yeah. Okay. So I think this is cool. This is nice. We can have we are going to now what are we going to do now? We're going to create a weapon system. So the thing about the weapon system is this is going to help us visualize which are friendly, which are enemy, and all that, because it's going to be a mess otherwise. But yeah, the idea is that the weapon system should be like we were saying last time. The weapon system should be an interface, like a component that has an interface that is very abstract, simple to use with any sort of weapon. Being a melee weapon, that could be your fists. Being a long-range weapon, that could be a gun. That could be a bow. That could be anything. So that you can, because this thing we're building here, this is not, as always, I want to repeat, what we're building here is not it's not a game. It's a template for a game. So that's an interesting thing that you need to think about when we're building this. So yeah, I don't know. Let's make sure that it's on par with the premise. All right. Okay. So I'm sorry. So what is this? What did I break here? What happened here? Okay, let me check this out, because this is a mess. I don't know what happened here in the editor. We have a problem, Houston. What? Okay, let me see what happened here. We have all these components here. So what's going on? I can see them here. But apparently, yeah, the editor thinks that they changed place for some reason. Oh no, I made a mess. Okay, no. It was me. I made a stupid mistake. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah, don't listen to me. I made something stupid. I changed, apparently I moved a folder around, and the editor thought that nothing existed. Yeah, let's come back here. I panicked for a second there. All right, okay. So what are we going to do here? let's look at the, not on the shooting tower. Let's look at the minion. So that's the thing we were trying to figure out. Does the weapon use the minion, or does the minion use the weapon? So if you're thinking about a minion being like general purpose thing, we could have the weapon. We could have the weapon use the minion, and so the weapon would make the minion move and do things. So the minion would need to be an interface for the weapon, right? So instead of the minion saying shoot, right, it would be the weapon saying, you know, shoot with this minion that I have here. So to give you an idea what I'm talking about, let's actually create this thing here. Let's create the weapon component. I don't know how to call it. Should we call it weapon? Let's call it I want to call it something less generic like that. Something so general like weapon. I want to call it something more specific for this. Let's call it a minion weapon. Okay, let's call it that. For now, at least for now, let's call it minion weapon. No, let's call it something else. I wanted to say RTS weapon, but I don't know. Yeah, I call it RTS weapon because this should work for an RTS as well. So let's call it that. And for now, let's call it that. Okay. And I wanted to imagine that each minion has an rapey body. It has a minion component, okay? And it has the CSS2D for the health bar, right? That is loaded up there. It's just some HTML on a row CSS2D, which is a component you can download from the marketplace. So what I'm thinking is we could actually bring in the RTS weapon here, right? Let's bring it up, right? So that the CSS is the lowest part. And let's put it here. And what I'm talking about here is that the RTS weapon could use the minion component, saying, okay, we grab the minion in the RTS weapon, and the RTS weapon performs the animations for the attack and does everything with the attack, right? And decides that the minion attacks. So the fact that you have a weapon means that the minion attacks because the weapon itself uses the minion as an interface. Or the minion, we assume that it has weapons. So the minion has, say, because we could have, let's say, you know, shooting, like we were talking about. Some minions will have like a gun, and maybe when someone gets close, they will start. Imagine the, like, you know, like the archers that when they're shooting, you know, with a bow a certain distance, and then when the enemy gets close, they get close and they, you know, take, you know, drop the bow and they grab a sword and start fighting melee, right? So you may want that. So in order to achieve that, we may have to, we need multiple weapons for a single minion. That means that the minion would need an array of weapons, right? So we need to handle each one of the weapons separately. What I'm thinking is, what if we don't give it a weapon, it just simply cannot shoot, it cannot do anything with it? That would mean that the weapon would have to be in control of the minion, instead of the minion being in control of the weapons and saying shoot. So you couldn't call minion shoot or minion attack. in that case. Or you could probably, but it should be like a state that the weapons read. You see what I mean? So if we say minion attack, if the weapon system is in control, then the minions by themselves are not capable of doing anything. They just set their own state. They say, okay, I attack. I'm going to attack. I'm going to do this. I'm going to, they just decide what they're going to do. But they can't really do anything. They can't really perform an attack. I was checking the audio there, making sure it's fine. Make sure, by the way, if you're enjoying this game design talk that we're doing here, this is actual game design we're doing here. This is cool game design decisions that need to be made, and we need to figure out how is the system going to work. Mostly because we want to make sure that it's extendable, because we're not making a specific game, we're making a template, right? We're making a template, so it should be a nice template. So if you're thinking about some situation in which one of these systems would not perform best in for certain games or something, I would really like to know what your thoughts are around that. But yeah, let's play around with this. Let's play around with this for a bit. In this case, we have the attack. We know we have an attack state, right? Because we know we have this thing here. The class, we're not using the class, so let's remove this. Let's remove the class. We don't need a class, okay? Let's remove it. We're not using it. And yeah, so now minions don't have a class. I like that. I like that because seriously, that was just annoying. That was annoying. Very, very annoying. Now here's the interesting thing. We can give our minions, we can give our weapons access to the minion, and if they see the state attack, they just start deciding, am I the weapon to attack now? So how do they decide I should attack now? One weapon, right? Is it because it's in range, for instance, right? So there should be, if you have a bow and you have a sword, which one will attack first, right? So okay, if the bow is first, right? If the first weapon that is in range, for instance, the bow, says, okay, I'm in range with bow, so I attack with the bow. So if the minion is the decision maker, the minion in the state, in the attack state here, we would define what the bow, how the hierarchy works for every weapon. So we say, okay, we attack first with the first weapon in range. So we do all the calculations here in the attack phase, right? Or we call the calculations from the weapons themselves, right? Maybe the weapons themselves have all the calculations and we simply use them here in that way. And then we allow the weapons to simply be independent weapons that we don't really care what they're, we don't really care who they are added to. Let me give you an idea of what I mean. We could, for instance, have the same weapon system for the turrets as for the minions, right? So say, for instance, in this case, the shooting tower, right, is very specific and it shoots. It's a tower that shoots, but we can make it so that the same weapon used for the towers is the same weapon used for the minions, right? It's simply all the tower weapons are long-range weapons, and we can make the minions use the same things the tower use. So we can have minions that have the laser thing, and the same system will work for all of them. So I guess that would be really cool. That's an interesting way to have this work, right? What do you say? Chat is very quiet today, so I don't really know what you think. Chat is so quiet. I don't really know what people think about this. I don't know what people would like. I don't know if there's anyone there, honestly, by now. Should I keep going for today? Should I wrap up for today? Because I don't think there's anyone there right now. So, yeah, maybe I'll wrap up for today and I'll continue some other time. I'll continue on Thursday. Thursday may be a better day. Sometimes Thursdays are really nice, really, really good. And there's a bunch of people. Sometimes it's not. So maybe I focus 100% on weapons Thursday and all, doing all the catch up thing. Yeah, maybe the one thing I'll do on Thursday is update people on the new terrain generator thing that the map gen by the one and only Dambao Ren. He updated it. I'll maybe display that. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Boomer, they're saying, to be frank, I hang out to support you, Beard, but I am working. Thank you. I very much appreciate it, mate. I very much appreciate it. That's how I watch live streams, honestly, as well. Usually I'm working, doing stuff. But yeah, I'm checking the numbers. It's just you there on Twitch. There's probably who else? It's probably one more person on YouTube. There's nobody there. So I'm thinking, who am I even showing this to? So maybe I'm coming back here with this because I'm doing profound game design shit, so, but doing it for myself, it's I think it's pointless. But doing this with people there, I think it's much interesting. So maybe I'll come more prepared, with more for stuff, for the with this stuff for next for Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. And on Thursday we'll do some really cool stuff. Eventually Luke Boss says, thank you, thanks Boomer. I really appreciate it, mate. I think I agree with that. I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be super useful. I really hope it's gonna help a lot of people who who simply can't code, don't know how to code, and will find it the one thing they can use, and yeah, I'm very excited to see how people find it. I'm very excited to finish it. That's the thing, right? It's very cool to make, but it's super hard to make, extremely hard to make, and it's probably one of the most challenging things I've been building with Rig Engine. But it's going to make it. It's even going to be, I think, the best use you can give to AI for any sort of game development. And I'm not even exaggerating with that. I think all the other vibe coding shit that people are doing with game development, I think that's absolute bullshit. I've tried so many things with AI. It's just crap. It's just crap after crap. But these, the stuff you can build with this, just a little function that does something for you, and then you just drag and drop. So you have a bunch of things, you're doing stuff, and you just let an AI do this little code, this little snippet. You actually an AI writing a snippet for you. You see how these little functions are just the event sheets, the events as they are defined, they're just very short 3, 4 line, 5 line functions. That's really good for an AI to make. So for people who don't know how to code, telling an agent do this function for me, that's really, really helpful. And it's the best use case of doing software development with AI that I've seen so far. Other than yeah, without coding, right? Without coding, like without, because then, you know, the best for development is maybe the really good version of Copilot. You know, something, I don't know. I barely use the other one, the cursor one. Yeah, but the, you know, the Copilot is kind of shitty. But sometimes it gives you really good stuff. Sometimes not. The snippets are really good. It has helped me a lot in some places here and there. So yeah, I think that's going to be a really good thing. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's pointless to stay here and talk to 3 people for now. So yeah, probably I'm going to come back on Thursday. I'm not going to waste more time with this. I'm going to come back on Thursday. I'm going to do weapons. I'm going to figure out the attack. I like doing game design talk here. I think it's nice. I think I can articulate myself with you here, explain the ideas behind this. Sort of, you know, if the attack is going to happen from the minion or from the weapon, where is the attack actually coming from? Where is the if we can use the same weapon for the minions and for the towers, that would be super useful, for instance, right? And like the shooting system, all that would be really cool. That would be really cool. So let's find that out. Let's find that out, because yeah, I think that'll be interesting. Oh, hey Mike, how's it going, mate? I was just about to leave. And yeah, because it's there's not many people here, and I'm thinking like, well, what am I even doing? But yeah, we're doing some game design, and yeah, I showed some of the event sheet stuff that I've been building, and all that, and but it's nice to have you here, mate. Thank you for joining us, and yeah, but yeah, I'm leaving now. I'm just picking my shit up and leaving. I usually leave at 9:30, but yeah, it's probably pointless to keep going today. I showed a bunch of things already. We had bugs, we had problems. It was cool. Always nice to have little bugs and to fix and show how they're solved when you find them. But yeah, we're gonna figure out next time where we shoot. We shoot from the minion, we shoot from the weapon itself, who controls the shooting. Sorry, I had a sneeze. There you go. So yeah, we're going to figure out how to yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, indeed, Mike. But yeah, I think it's gonna be cool to figure out where we're going to shoot from, who's gonna be shooting the weapon or the minion, who's gonna be controlling who. The minion is gonna control the weapon, or the weapon is gonna control the minion, and you know, that applies also if we want to use it with the tower, right? Is maybe the, you know, the minion and the tower should both be characters, and it should only be controlling like a character. That's another one. That's another one we could try and pull off. Let's see. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe the tower itself should have a state, because I think that would be useful in a way. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we do. I'm gonna come with an idea, more made up. I'm gonna come with my mind pretty much made up, because I think when I get this sort of game design in the game design train, my mind just works by itself. You know, where I'm brushing my teeth and I'm thinking, oh, what's going on? You know, I'm going having a shower. I'm thinking, yeah, what should I do? And so I'm probably gonna come with a sort of solution already prepared. In a way, or little thoughts to spill out and hurl them to you. So yeah, all right, thank you for being there, thank you for joining me. Yeah, hopefully I wish we could have, well, we have more people now. There's more people on YouTube now. There's like 5 people on YouTube now. It's interesting because I'm leaving and more people show up. But hey, come back on Thursday. Come back on Thursday at it's at 7 p.m. UK time. Okay, it's gonna be here. It's Thursday 7 p.m. UK time. All right, and we're gonna do some game design. We're gonna check out. We're gonna see how this weapon system for an RTS or for an yeah, Mike. I know. Don't worry, mate. I know you can't make it, but hey, everyone else on YouTube and on Twitch, come back on Thursday. Come back on Thursday, 7 p.m. UK time. All right, and but thank you so much for joining. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being there, for showing up, and talking in the chat. The people who talk in the chat, for leaving a like, subscription. All that really helps. Every one of those things helps a bunch. Like, you can't even imagine how much it helps. Like, so much. Truly it does. So just leaving a like by itself is massively helpful. Mostly because there's people who just go there and dislike just to be annoying, you know? And that sort of makes the video dislike ratio go like, whoop. So yeah, just leave a like just to help that, to help with the people who are just, bad and mean. And I don't know, there's people who actually go and dislike stuff. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you.